On a quiet night in the mid-1980s, the streets of Benin City were unusually silent. Shops had closed earlier than usual. Drivers avoided the highways. Even the police were nervous because somewhere in the darkness, a man was hunting. He was not a soldier. He was not a politician. And yet, he had managed to challenge the entire Nigerian police force. For months, he robbed banks, attacked convoys, and vanished before officers could arrive. Roadblocks were useless. Raids failed. Informants disappeared. People began to whisper something unbelievable. Some said he had supernatural protection. Others believed powerful men were secretly helping him. But one thing was certain. At the height of his reign of terror, this man was so feared that ordinary citizens avoided going out after sunset, and even armed police officers thought twice before chasing him. His name was Lawrence Anini, and for a brief moment in Nigeria's history, the most powerful law on the streets was not the government. It was him. Lawrence Anini grew up in the busy streets of Benin City, a city known for its vibrant markets, nightlife, and fast-growing economy during the early 1980s. At the time, Benin City was filled with opportunity. But like many growing urban centers, it also had a rising underworld of crime. Among the many young men trying to survive on the streets was a quiet but ambitious man named Lawrence Anini. At first, Anini was involved in small crimes. He moved through the streets with petty thieves and small-time criminals, learning the tricks of survival in a tough environment. But unlike many of the others around him, Anini was patient and calculating. Over time, he became involved with more dangerous criminals who specialized in armed robbery. It did not take long before he began to build a reputation as someone fearless and determined. By the mid-1980s, Anini had formed a gang that quickly became known across Benin City. The group carried out daring robberies targeting banks, wealthy businessmen, and travelers transporting cash. Their attacks were swift and carefully planned. They struck suddenly, often using powerful weapons, and disappeared before the police could respond. What made the situation more disturbing was that the gang seemed to know exactly how the police operated. Whenever law enforcement attempted to trap them, the gang had already vanished. Rumors began circulating throughout the city that some corrupt officers were secretly helping Anini's gang by leaking police plans and warning them about upcoming operations. As the months passed, fear began spreading across Benin City. Businesses closed earlier than usual. Many residents avoided traveling at night. Drivers became nervous when driving through quiet roads after dark because encounters with the gang often ended violently. The situation escalated dramatically when members of Anini's gang clashed with the police during a robbery operation. Gunfire erupted, and several police officers were killed. The attack shocked the entire country and forced the government to take immediate action. Authorities declared Anini the most wanted criminal in Nigeria. A massive manhunt began across Edo State. Police checkpoints appeared on major roads. Security forces raided suspected hideouts. Informants were recruited, and investigators worked tirelessly to gather information about the gang's movements. Despite all these efforts, Anini managed to evade capture for months. His ability to disappear made him appear almost untouchable. Many people began referring to him as the Law, a nickname that reflected the fear he commanded on the streets. Some believed he had powerful connections protecting him. Others believed his success came from careful planning and intelligence. The turning point came in December 1986. After months of investigation, police finally received credible information about Anini's location in Benin City. Security forces quickly surrounded the area where he was believed to be hiding. When the police attempted to capture him, Anini tried to escape. Gunshots rang out as officers pursued him through the streets. During the confrontation, he was shot in the leg and could no longer run. For the first time in many months, the man who had terrified an entire city was finally in police custody. News of his arrest spread quickly across Nigeria. Crowds gathered to catch a glimpse of the man whose crimes had dominated headlines for so long. During interrogation, Anini reportedly revealed details about his criminal network and claimed that certain corrupt officers had assisted his gang by providing information about police activities. The revelations caused shock and embarrassment within the police force and raised serious concerns about corruption in law enforcement. Soon after, Anini and several members of his gang were brought before the court to face charges, including armed robbery, murder, and violent attacks on police officers. The trial moved quickly, and the evidence against the gang was overwhelming. The court found them guilty. In March 1987, the government carried out the final sentence in Benin City. Lawrence Anini was executed by a firing squad, bringing an end to one of the most feared crime waves in Nigerian history. Years later, the story of Lawrence Anini continues to be remembered across Nigeria. His rise and fall became a powerful reminder of how crime, fear, and corruption can grip a society. For a brief but unforgettable period, one man managed to make an entire city live in fear. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Addict Story Empire for more interesting stories.